We're joined today with Sheriff Larry Pierce, the Wayne County Sheriff. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
We covered some ground here a few weeks ago about the task force. I want to cover some more ground on that. Tell me about the task force. Give us a little background.
Okay. The Governor's Crime Commission and Highway Safety Program has provided a grant that we took advantage of and formed our DWI Task Force. And we're currently utilizing 4 personnel in that position. They are all drug recognition experts, which means they are able to analyze without the intoxilizer. They can analyze you on the scene, plus bring you in and do a analysis of your blood pressure, temperature, pupil reaction, all different things, muscle coordination. All of that is done without an intoxilizer, which only is effective with alcohol. So now we're able to effectively analyze you for drugs as well.
Good gracious. So let me make sure I understand this now. They can do all this to someone who they suspect as being under the influence.
That is correct.
Now, what if you're not all that well coordinated? I mean,
well, then we still draw blood.
Okay.
We take you to the hospital
Okay.
and still have the nurse to draw blood to confirm our analysis that we perform.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're not, they say, well, walk this line, and you fall over. You may not be intoxicated. Maybe you just can't walk well.
That's right. And then we give you the second opportunity by drawing your blood.
Thank goodness for that, huh? Thank goodness. That's all I got to say about that. Now, I know this has got to be having an effect. How are we doing with that? Is it being successful? Do we know yet? Or?
It is being very successful, and we're coordinating a program with alcohol law enforcement agents as well. And we just had an initiative this past weekend where we went out Friday night and worked all night with checkpoints and work in different areas that have the clubs in it to make sure that people will remain safe. People need to have a good time, but they also need to be responsible for their actions and not get on the highway if they are intoxicated.
That's right.
Or
That's
impaired
exactly
in any way.
Impaired in any way. I mean, it's just common sense. If you're impaired, your reactions are slower, and
Absolutely.
you're going to end up hurting somebody, and which in turn would hurt perhaps your family or somebody else's family.
That's right.
It just doesn't make sense.
That's correct. And
the penalties.
Yes.
Are really
They are.
hard.
You can lose your license for a long time, as well as possibly being incarcerated if you have multiple offenses. And so
Incarcerated. That's a long word for being thrown in the pokey.
That's right.
You
and we're building a new facility.
That's right.
I don't know if you want me to reserve a room for you or
No,
not.
not for me. No, I don't do that anymore or whatever. But no, I'm fine.
Okay.
But I appreciate the offer.
Sure thing.
The alley suite.
That's
I can
right.
see it now.
That's right. Personal room, just
Wow.
like a penthouse.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I'll skip that. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's
I
fine.
appreciate that. But now, since we touched on that in just a second, let's talk about the new detention center.
Yes, sir. We're opening in October if things go well, and it will be 218 bed capacity. We currently have the 200 bed jail that will also still operate. And that way the inmates that are being sent outside of our county because of our overcrowding right now will be brought back to Wayne County, and we'll be saving quite a bit for the taxpayer.
I was talking to George Wood, the county manager here a couple of days ago, and he's very excited about this as well. We spend $50 a day per inmate for somebody else to house them for us.
That is correct.
Because we're overcrowded.
That's right.
And this new facility will allow us to maintain our population, our inmate population, as well as perhaps even take some in from other locations.
That's right. We will be a receiving facility for other counties that are currently overcrowded. So we're excited about that. And like I say, when you're talking about saving $800,000 to $1 million a year, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. That is certainly a lot of money. And I see down the road at some point we could perhaps even break even on this thing.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with the number of inmates that we
That's
could
right.
house.
So we're looking forward to that operation.
All right, now let me get away from this because I kind of distracted everybody from this, but I want to get back to the task force now. This task force is 4 individuals.
Yes, sir.
Who are very experienced at what they do.
They are. They're very experienced officers, and they've gone through extensive training with their drug recognition expert training.
All right, and this is having an effect on DUI population, let's call it, here in Wayne County.
Yes.
I want to mention again the severe penalties. Now, you mentioned incarceration, possible incarceration,
Yes.
possibly losing the driving privilege, which is a privilege, it's not a right.
That's correct.
It is a privilege for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there may be some people who do not feel that the sheriff's office has the authority, traffic authority. And at one time, our local Wayne County Sheriff's Office did not take advantage of that, having that authority.
Right.
But now we do.
Absolutely. We have the authority, plus it is a crime-fighting tool, actually. The number of people that not only will we take off the road that are impaired because of safety reasons, we also find right many other crime related to break-ins, robberies, things of that nature when we make these vehicle stops. We've got several people for warrants that had outstanding warrants, fugitive warrants from out of state.
Oh, man.
So it not only ties in with the safety factor, it also is a actual criminal activity that we are taking off the street from another perspective.
Now, that's great. Yeah, you're right. I hadn't even thought about that. Well, let me ask you this. When you stop a vehicle for whatever, broken tail light, driving erratically, perhaps even under the influence, you check them out for that.
Yes.
Does the officer making that stop then have, do they have to ask permission to search the vehicle?
We do ask permission to search the vehicle unless we observe activity within that vehicle that gives us an automatic right to do that. And that could be drug activity within the vehicle. It could be firearms in the vehicle. It could be apparent stolen property in the vehicle.
Open container?
Open containers. Right. So, you know, we do try to be very cognizant of the fact that they have a right to privacy. Right. But when you're in a vehicle, you don't have as much privacy as you might think as you would in your home.
And that's why there's a problem with these windows that are tinted windows, yeah.
Yes.
And that's why. Because you can't see what somebody may be doing in that vehicle. They may have a weapon.
That's right. It's very dangerous for the officer to approach a vehicle.
Extremely
very dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
And of course, tinted windows, there is a limit that you can go to, and once it passes that limit, you can also be cited for too much tint on your windows.
I was speaking with a young new driver who had tinted his windows and got fined. And he was saying, well, I don't know why I can't do it because the sheriff's department, the sheriff's office, they tint their windows. Why can't I?
Yeah, well, we are exempt from that particular law.
You certainly are.
Number one, we tint our windows a little darker for not only our safety, but for also the computer modules that are inside. We have a lot of electronic equipment now that has to be protected from direct sunlight.
Exactly.
So we have to do that for that reason also.
But I would think it would be mainly for the officer's protection.
It is for the officer's protection as well.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to bring up is the modification of the muffler system on your vehicle. That is a violation as well. So even though we try to be very liberal about the way we're citing people on that, if you're going through neighborhoods with these loud mufflers, we will cite you because we're getting a lot of complaints on that now.
Now, what if you're going through neighborhoods and you've got bad mufflers, but you're cognizant of that and you're just trying to kind of take it easy? Is it the number of complaints that cause the problem?
Well, no, it's a violation of the general statute of North Carolina that causes the problem.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I got some work to do on my truck then. Okay. Well, never mind that. Okay. I'll work on that. And you didn't hear that from me.
I understand.
I mean, I'm talking to the sheriff here,
I
the man.
understand.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
And don't forget, we're out there picking up trash every day, so we ask the citizens, please restrain from littering the highways.
Oh, man.
Wayne County's got a real problem with that.
We do have a problem.
It causes us many, many heartaches, and people coming through our county, they don't want to see all that trash out there.
Well, okay, so the penalties again. This is just plain littering.
That's right, and I have advised my deputies, if they see littering, they're going to cite for it because I'm tired of seeing trash beside the road. You know, we're out there every day picking it up, and honestly, within a day or two after picking up a street, you go right back and it's littered again.
I know.
And that's
not right.
That's not right.
Kind of makes me angry.
Me too.
Yeah, I bet it does. You don't want to make this man angry. Look, man, Sheriff.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Doing a great job.
Thank you.
And you know, let me say one more thing. Our Wayne County Sheriff's Office, they're out there to protect the citizens of Wayne County. They're out there doing a job. And we really need to thank these folks every time we see a deputy or an officer doing their job. We appreciate what you do, and we appreciate your staff. You got a fantastic staff. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Our men do a great job,
Yes,
and
they
our
do.
ladies.
Yes, they do.
They really do.
Your whole staff, they do a great job. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.